Hi, everyone. Gerry Dulac along with Ray Fittipaldo at a weather-shortened Steelers training camp today. Practice wiped out by, at least their outdoor practice, wiped out by a heavy downpour that lasted a long time. Today's Steeler training camp report brought to you by Savinas, Kane, and Gallucci, mesothelioma and asbestos lawyers with 85 years of experience. For years, they have been getting millions of dollars for their clients who've suffered from mesothelioma and asbestos. Go to sdklaw.com for more information. Ray, they haven't gone inside to practice in the gym in a long, long time, but it rained so hard right when practice was getting ready to start. They had a nice crowd here. Everybody excited for their first day in pads, and that just got wiped out by, like I said, a downpour that lasted almost an hour and soaked the fields and forced them to go inside.
And on a much-anticipated first day in pads, Gerry, I was rolling up Route 30 about noon. It was down to one lane. There were so many people in that left-hand turning lane trying to get in to watch practice that, it's unfortunate for the fans who came out here, but we'll try it again tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to have to wait till tomorrow. Of course, the drill that everybody likes to watch, and the most popular one, is the backs on backers drills, where the running backs simulate pass protection against blitzing linebackers. And I had a chance to talk to Kaleb Johnson, their rookie running back, the other day. When at his Iowa Pro Day, he went up during his visit with Mike Tomlin, he said, I hope you draft me because I want to show you what I can do in the backs on backers drill. He saw video of Jaylen Warren doing it several years ago. That's how Jaylen Warren made this team, with his performance going against Robert Spillane, Devin Bush, and even Mark Robinson. And so he was excited to do it, and he knew Mike Tomlin was going to send his hitman, specifically Mark Robinson, to come at him.
Isn't that amazing that college players can get videos from Steelers training camp or any other training camp and say, hey, I want to do that drill? But, listen, Kaleb Johnson is going to get that chance. Even though we saw him only in unpadded practices the first week, you could tell he's a really good runner, knows how to hit the hole. He's very adept at that. A little bit of work to do as a pass receiver. He's had some drops out here. And the big question lingering is, can he pass protect? And we all know Jaylen Warren is going to be out there on third downs, but if he's not, if he's injured, Kaleb Johnson's going to have to step up and take on that role.
Yeah, or if he wants to play in those pass situations. Look, eventually Kaleb Johnson's going to be their running back, their main back, if not this year, certainly by next year, because they're not going to bring back Jaylen Warren. They didn't bring back Najee Harris, so they're not going to bring back Jaylen Warren. So he eventually will be their running back. And, he reminds a lot of people, he reminds some of the Steeler coaches, me and others, and I don't know about you, but a Le'Veon Bell. He has the same kind of style. He's not as hesitant at the line of scrimmage, but he looks like him. He's built like him. He's not the pest catcher Le'Veon Bell was. But what we've seen from him running the ball, even though they've been non-padded practices, you could see this guy has a very good skill level.
Yeah, I would say, other than wanting to see the rookie defensive linemen, Derrick Harmon and Yahya Black and one-on-one pass drills, I think the other most anticipated rookie is Kaleb Johnson. And, how does he hold up in backs on backers? What is he like in the first live scrimmage of the season when they're tackling to the ground, during team periods? So hopefully we'll get to see that on Wednesday. No rain in the forecast, Gerry, but I don't think there was rain in the forecast today
wasn't.
either. Yeah.
Ray, I know a lot of people are interested in you as a former offensive lineman, especially to see Broderick Jones with the pads on. We see he's come to camp in I don't want to say better shape, but certainly different shape. He looks as though he lost some weight. Of course, the big move to left tackle. He's going to be protecting the blind side of a 41-year-old quarterback.
Yep.
So we'll get to see tomorrow a look, and I know he's been around for a couple of years, but we'll get our first look at him in pads as well and see how he does in those drills.
Yeah, maybe. Although he was injured on Sunday. He did not practice on Sunday, so soft tissue injury. I think there is some doubt as to whether he'll be out there. But whenever he does get out there, we're going to have to see improvement from Broderick from year 2 to year 3. This is a big year for him. The Steelers are going to decide based off this season if they're going to pick up the option on his rookie contract. So a lot riding for the team on his development and a lot riding on Broderick's future bank account as well.
Ray, go back to the draft. Mike Tomlin admitted, and even signing DK Metcalf, but he admitted a desire for physicality, getting Derrick Harmon and Yahya Black up front, drafting a big outside linebacker like Jack Sawyer, 6'5", 260 pounds. It's going to be interesting to see Jack Sawyer in those drills as well if they bring him against one of the running backs. And this is a tough kid who was a leader of that Ohio State team.
Yeah, absolutely. I would maybe expect to see Sawyer go up against tight ends just because he's so big. It might be a little bit of a mismatch, especially if he goes up against a Kenneth Gainwell or somebody like that. But, I mean, Mike Tomlin wants to see all this in this first week. Not only backs on backers, but he wants to see defensive backs against receivers in route drills. He wants to see team periods and how his entire defense is coming along. So, it's a big first week for guys like Broderick Jones, but really for the whole team. They want to see how physical these guys are and whether they can help this football team.
And adding to that physicality that they focused on, Jalen Ramsey brought in a big physical cornerback to pair him with Joey Porter. I know Darius Slay, he's a tough kid, but he's not that big, imposing type of cornerback like Jalen Ramsey. But that was all part of what they're trying to build here defensively.
I don't know about you, Gerry. I didn't know Jalen Ramsey was as tall as he is.
Yeah.
He stands out among the Steelers' cornerbacks. I think he's probably even a little bit taller than Joey Porter, who is listed as 6'2". So that's what the Steelers want in their corners. They want that press man coverage. They want to be able to disrupt at the line of scrimmage. They want to be able to put guys on islands so that can free them up to blitz. So a good first week for the secondary. I thought I was very impressed with how they came together, but obviously in pads for the first time starting tomorrow, we'll get to see more.
Ray had a chance to talk to Arthur Smith, Steeler offensive coordinator, today, and not surprisingly, he's so impressed with Aaron Rodgers. He's had a lot of quarterbacks in his 7 years as a coordinator, including 2 last year, as we all know here, Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. But getting a guy, a 4-time MVP, 7th all-time leading passer, he just marvels at his ability to still throw the ball at his age, the release, the power, the spin he gets on his passes.
Yeah, and we heard when the Steelers were courting Aaron Rodgers that there was a previous relationship with Aaron and Arthur Smith. So, hopefully they're on the same page in the meeting rooms and putting stuff together. But on the field, I know he had a few interceptions in the first week, but you could just see the natural talent, just the flick of the wrist. He's very impressive throwing that football.
Like Aaron Rodgers said, he throws some interceptions. He goes, but I throw a lot of touchdowns too. 503 in his career. That's going to do it for today. Steelers will hopefully, fingers crossed, be on that practice field tomorrow, 1:55, and hopefully, they will be in pads as long as the weather cooperates. For Ray Fittipaldo, I'm Gerry Dulac. You're watching PostGazette.com.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you watch this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. For all of the sports coverage the Post-Gazette has to offer, visit post-gazette.com.